Is your property manager stealing money from you? Are you making the money from your property that you were hoping for, or somebody else is making your money with your property? Do you know that most property managers make more money than the landlord and they don't even own the property? Well, that's an okay part, but the worst part is that I know of a story of somebody who hired a property manager, and the property manager was stealing money from him. How was he stealing money from him? Okay, he put the property up for rent, and he called the landlord and said, "Hey, so I put it up for rent. Let's see if we get a tenant." Okay, so he did get a tenant, but he told the landlord that, "Hey, the property was still vacant. I haven't been able to find a tenant." Can you believe that? So he was collecting money from the tenant, and he told the landlord, "I haven't been able to rent it. Things is hard over here, so uh, you're gonna have to send money to pay the mortgage, taxes, and insurance. So you're gonna have to pay for that." So the landlord said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna have to. Hopefully, next month it rents, right?" Can you believe that? So he was not only making money from the tenant, he was also asking the landlord to send him the money for the mortgage, taxes, and insurance. And that's not the worst thing. You don't want to know what the worst part? It gets worse and worse by the minute. All the money that the landlord sent to the property manager to pay mortgage, taxes, and insurance, this property manager grabbed the money and pocketed it, put it in his pocket. He did not pay the mortgage, he did not pay the taxes, and he did not pay the insurance. Taxes and insurance you pay once a year, once a year, most of the time. Unless you have like a payment plan that you pay monthly, but I prefer to do it once a year. Now, the mortgage you have to pay every month, right? Don't you have to pay if you pay rent right now, you pay rent every month, unless you pay in advance for 6 months or a year, right? Okay, so this property manager was collecting money from the tenant, did not tell the landlord that it was rented, was collecting the money from the landlord, or the money was for mortgage, taxes, and insurance, was not paying the mortgage. So guess what? 3 months later, the bank sends a letter to the landlord saying, "Hey, we're gonna start the foreclosure process unless you pay." Can you believe that? So this landlord was about to lose the property because the property manager was stealing money from him. It's insane. Just make sure your property manager is a good property manager that's honest, that follows the 10 commandments. You know, one of the commandments is number 7 is do not steal. That's commandment number 7. Do not steal. Commandment number 8, do not lie. So this property manager was breaking 2 commandments at the same time, stealing and lying. Not good. Not good at all. Anyway, the landlord pretty much lost the property in foreclosure, lost the property, lost all the money invested in it, lost all the money that was put in the deposit, lost their relationship with that property manager after he found out. You want to know how he found out? He found out because the landlord's son wanted to come to Miami. They're from Colombia. They wanted to come to Miami and told the father, "Father, I'm gonna stay in the house. It's vacant. I'm gonna stay in the house." So when he went to the house to stay in the house, the property manager was not picking up the phone. So, "Father, how do I get into the house? Where's the key?" "Oh, call the manager. He's got the keys." He wasn't picking up the phone. So guess what happened? The son went straight to the address, went to the property. He knocked on the door. Pam, pam, pam. "Who's this?" "Somebody here." "Hey, it's me. I'm the son of the owner." Person opens the door a little bit, like, "The son of the owner? So what are you doing here?" I'm like, "What are you doing here? Who are you?" "Oh, I'm the tenant." Tenant? There's no tenant here. Property is supposed to be vacant. Can you believe that? What a mess. What a mess. Now, what I tell you is don't ever fall victim about this. Never trust your money or your asset, your property to a bad property manager. Make sure that they have a lot of experience doing this. Make sure they're trustworthy. An asset is a property is a valuable asset, and an asset is a valuable property. It costs a lot of money. You don't give out something that's very valuable to anybody. You gotta make sure you gotta vet them. You gotta make sure they're good people, and they gain your trust. That they're gonna treat the property like the golden goose that lays the golden eggs. In reality, the golden goose that lays the golden eggs is the tenant, but you need the property to be able to have a tenant. Without no property, there's no tenant, right? Okay. Make sure the property manager that you have is a good property manager. Or if you're willing to become one, then make sure you do it good, and make sure all your T's are crossed and all your I's are dotted. What does that mean? Become diligent about it. You can do it. How do I know you can do it if I don't even know you? Because I was able to do it. If I was able to do it, you can do it too. Listen, I when I started when I first my first job here in the United States was selling flowers on the streets. Your job right now, you're probably making way more money than that. I sold flowers on the street for $5 a day. If I was able to do that and still be able to invest in real estate over time, be able to buy property, you can do that too. So I know you can learn property management if that is what you desire, if that is what you want. I know you can learn to do that. If you have questions about property management, what makes a good property manager, good or bad, what to do, what not to do, write them below and let's tackle them one by one. See you later.